Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Crying in Quartermile. It's episode 3
Episode 3 already, I can't believe
already.
it.
Look at us go.
Wow.
We're just so professional like that. Today we have something special planned, so here, take it away. What's up today?
We have our first guest on our podcast today, and I'm very excited to be interviewing him. We've got a lot of interesting questions lined up, questions about balancing a career in university, questions about doing university at home and balancing all of that and managing your independence. So we're excited for you guys to hear it.
We're excited to show you.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so we're here officially with our first guest. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, my name is One Punch Man. I am a TikToker and I do fitness related TikToks. I am inspired by whatever challenges I do based on the animes that I watch. And it kind of started off because I liked anime and I like doing what they do, so I just made videos based on that.
Amazing.
We're gonna ask you a few questions about your uni experience and how it was staying at home. So yeah, let's get into it.
So the first question we have for you today is you were at university whilst you were living at home, and we were wondering how you found that kind of transition, how you managed to get through it all.
It was definitely difficult. I would say that I underestimated myself at first because when I started my challenges, I would do them in the holiday, so I didn't have to balance it out with university. But when I started doing daily videos during university time, and then I started uploading on YouTube as well, I started doing more on Instagram, and I was doing the challenges themselves, and I had to study for my exams. Then at that point, I started to overestimate myself. I would notice that I would tell myself like it's definitely possible that I shouldn't give up, but then I'd end up getting sick once every like couple of weeks, which was really bad. Um, so my solution to that, unfortunately, was I had to drop some stuff. I dropped YouTube. It was my hardest semester yet, so I had to prioritize what was important to me, which was my university degree. But that doesn't mean that I stopped TikTok, because TikTok was like where I started. It was my origin, so I focused on TikToks, on making quality videos rather than consistent videos. And it worked out in the end. That was my solution. I picked what was important, I dropped what wasn't, what was making me sick and what wasn't giving me as much results as I would have wanted. And yeah.
Okay, well, did you enjoy your uni more? Did you enjoy content creating more? Like, did you think you wanted to go down the path of academia whilst you were
Oh
doing
no,
the
I
content making?
definitely wish I went down the path of content creation. But I have to realize that like it's not reliable, it's not sustainable most of the time. I'm still growing my channel and my page. Alhamdulillah, it's doing really well, but I need something reliable, which is university. And it's not like I don't enjoy university at all. I love my degree, mechanical engineering. I've always wanted to create stuff when I was young. And I still make like costumes based on like anime related stuff because of my engineering degree. So it's not all that bad. I'm glad I chose what I did. And it worked out in the end. My channel's doing better ever since I dropped, the stuff that hasn't been giving me that much results, and I've graduated now.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Great.
I'm so excited. I got the degree I wanted and the grades I wanted, and no, I love my degree.
Well, that's amazing. It's like you've achieved so much.
I know, yeah, because you managed to get your degree and you started launch your TikTok career, so you managed to do a lot. Which kind of leads into another question we have is there's a lot of people who are trying to manage a career or on social media kind of kickstarting everything, but they're also going through university. So what are key pieces of advice you would give them having already been through that process?
Ooh, um, if I were to give advice, I guess it would be don't overestimate yourself, and also prioritize what's important, what's reliable. Have a backup plan. Don't delude yourself with the fact that okay, this is definitely gonna work out. Content creation is my thing. I'm gonna make it 100%, because nothing's 100%. In the end, there is a bit of luck to it. I feel like at the beginning I got a bit lucky because my first video is the one that did really well. So it kind of pushed me to go further on. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't try at all. Like you should. There's always risks. You should take risks, but just there's a limit. That's my advice.
Yes.
You know.
You've done a lot of trial and error when it comes to balancing uni and social media. If you were to do it differently, what would you do?
Oh,
If you had to do it all over again.
what would I do?
Good question.
That is a good question. I think I did it. I think I did it well. I look at my videos in the past now and I realize, okay, maybe I shouldn't have spoken with such a squeaky voice on my do-overs
Because
and my
I'm being
audios.
overly critical
Yeah.
versus what
But
you would be doing.
in terms of content creation, no, I'm glad with the way things turned out. I'm glad with. I don't know. Personally, I'm happy with
Yeah.
the videos that I post. Just maybe less videos when university was stressful, for
That's
sure.
fair.
Because I was doing daily videos at that time too, and I noticed like I should be doing it, but that was for me.
That's fair enough.
Another question we have is, we know a lot of your friends went abroad and you were obviously at home. Did you ever find yourself kind of having fear of missing out, FOMO, or you were just so focused on everything that you didn't even have time to think about this?
No, Dubai is a very like for social media, it's very easy to meet other content creators.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I was missing out on content creation, like or meeting people or building connections. But there are times where obviously like my favorite group is the Sidemen, their YouTube channel, and they're based in the UK. And I was lucky enough to film a video with one of them.
That's
So,
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to do that, and it did really well. The video did really well as well. So I was super glad about it. I got to do my favorite thing, which was like push-ups with the guys. So
I love it. Favorite
it
thing
was-
being push-ups.
it was really cool, and I was still recovering from my injuries as well. So it made me like it boosted up my morale. But obviously, for the university side of things, I think I was missing out for sure. Like I'm still living with my parents. I haven't lived alone yet. I've learned how to cook and everything, but I feel like 50% of what makes university difficult is living by yourself or with other people, and I didn't get to experience that. But on the content creation side of things, no, I definitely, I don't think I missed out too much.
No, it kind of offered you
Yeah.
almost more opportunities
Yeah,
staying
for
here.
sure.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
There's one thing that we talked about in our previous episode, which was about like fulfillment. So a lot of students measure their worth with their grades that they got. What's your take on that?
So for my content creation,
And just
Both, because with
Oh.
content creation, it's like focusing on views, but then at university, it's focusing on grades. So how did you find yourself coping with all of that? Because as you're building, I feel like you do take setbacks. Like sometimes a video doesn't do as well,
Yeah.
or your grade isn't as good. So how did you find navigating that?
So when I did a challenge for the second time, and the views didn't do so well. So the way I dealt with it was I took the feedback, I looked at the analytics, and I realized that I shouldn't be doing it again. I'm just lazy to come up with ideas, so I just did something that I would have. So I dropped the challenge again. It's not that I did it on my own, but I dropped posting them online because people don't want to see it again. As for university, I had to really get a grip in my last 2 semesters because I really wanted. I don't know if you guys you both went to Edinburgh, so you know how like it's class 2 division 1 and then
Yeah.
honors or whatever and so on. I really wanted a 2-1, and I was averaging at a 2-2 at the time, and I really had to get a grip for my last semester. So it's not that I dropped all of content creation, but I prioritized university and I studied really hard. I worked on my final year project, and yeah, that was I guess I coped with fulfilling these stuff by prioritizing. I feel like now that I think about it, prioritizing is a very important thing in life.
Definitely.
I don't know in uni or content creation or anything.
that's really good. That's a good answer, actually.
That is a good
What
answer.
would you say to people who measure their worth though with the grades that they get?
Oh, I don't know. Some people just do bad and some people just do good. Like I don't have an honest. I don't know. I think it's I don't measure. I guess you just do what you love. You don't really have to measure yourself based on how well you do.
Because it's quite toxic
Yeah.
if they keep measuring themselves with a number.
Yeah.
Right? what if you're not a very academic person, but you're like amazing in other areas, or like if you're really academic and then you put a lot of pressure on yourself to get a certain grade?
I don't know.
I guess it's what you said, just do what you love and kind of focus on that. Don't worry about anything
Yeah.
else that
Yeah.
comes with it, as long as you're enjoying what you're doing and you're happy. Just keep
No,
persevering.
definitely do what you love, but just don't delude yourself. Like that one's actually very important. Like I hate it when people say, "Do what you love and everything will be okay," because it won't if it's not working out. Like, like yeah, I don't know. That would be my answer.
And there was a phrase that you said actually earlier, which was
It was don't confuse dreams with delusion, which I thought was really good.
yes, yeah, that's
I don't know. Did I see? I don't think I saw that somewhere. I think I just came up with it, or maybe I did, but it was like stuck in the back of my head.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
feel like that's a really good saying. Personally, I've never thought of it. Have you?
No, I've never thought about.
No,
Putting
don't
in-
confuse dreams with delusions. I'm like, it's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
but
like,
it's true.
It can
Unfortunately,
be
it's
hard.
true. If you're not good at it, you shouldn't. It's not that you shouldn't be doing it. You should definitely try. There's
Give it your all.
give it your all, 100%. But you should come to notice that if something's not working out.
So
should-
then,
you should-
do you think practice makes perfect, or practice?
100%.
But then, what if you practice and practice and you're just not?
You just move on to something else. Practice
Try
something
a
else
new
that you
venture.
love.
Yeah, I like that.
Try
It
Like,
doesn't.
don't.
It doesn't mean that you should drop whatever makes you happy, but you can always find other stuff.
Yeah, you can
That's
try
true.
something else. Yeah, that's pretty good advice.
So it's like, don't put everything in one thing. Like, try different things. Try
Yeah.
your best, but if it doesn't work out,
You
don't
should
be
definitely.
disheartened.
You shouldn't be giving less than your best if it comes to something you love, because then it won't be great. It won't work at all if you don't do your best. But if your best isn't enough, you should move on to something else which you love. You should still find something new. But I don't know. I feel really guilty when I tell someone, do your best and it will work out, because that's not always the case. I don't know. This is. I'm a motivational guy. I shouldn't be saying this.
Yeah, but I feel like it's don't give up. You're saying don't give up. Just try something new, and maybe that will work for you.
Yeah,
better.
no,
Yeah,
for sure.
which is
Okay.
good. Yeah, I feel like from this conversation, two main things that you've kind of focused on is perseverance and
Resilience.
yeah,
And reason.
Yes.
and prioritization. As
So that's
well.
4 things.
That's a lot of things.
It's a good thing she did maths.
Because in my head I was thinking perseverance and anyways, moving on from that.
Okay, so you did mechanical engineering, yes,
Yep.
and you do fitness content.
Yes.
Two widely different things. Do you see yourself going down the route of mechanical engineering, or do you see yourself doing something completely different, even continuing with sports?
Oh. Okay, so obviously I think it's most likely I'm gonna go into mechanical engineering. But I won't give up on the content creation. Like I still want to do it. I still want to try. I still want to see how far it goes, and inshallah it does well as well.
Well, you're doing really well right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So if obviously you're doing really well now. If it goes even further, do you think you'll just drop mechanical engineering and focus on content creation?
If it's reliable and sustainable for me, then yeah, I would love to do that. I mean, only time can tell, and my hard work as well. I have to work hard.
Of course. But right now, you think mechanical engineering is the route for you.
I think so, yeah. I mean, I'll be happy either way, to be honest. Both make me and my parents happy, so I'll do either. Mechanical engineering, it's so hard to integrate the both, like content creation and my degree. But I learned stuff from my degree that I implemented on my content creation.
Like what?
Yeah.
Oh, so I learned that I should be working smart and not hard. For engineering, I don't know, and honestly any degree, you could be staring at a book for like an hour and revising whatever notes that there is on the book, or you could be writing your notes on your own, and I feel like that would make you remember it more, even though you studied less for it. So that's a way I implemented for content creation, because I obviously, if I'm doing fitness, I myself have to get a bit stronger. So when I started off, I'd do push-ups until I can't feel my arms anymore. I'd run until my legs would tire out. But then I realized okay, I'm working really hard. It doesn't mean that I'm making the most progress with what I have. So I split my sets. I started doing different kinds of exercises, and I got stronger over time because of them. So yeah, I integrated both my degree and my passion for fitness.
That's pretty good. You were
That's
able
very
to
good.
kind of combine everything
Very
together.
crafty.
Very crafty, very smart.
Thank you.
This has all been incredibly informative. It's been very insightful into hearing everything. And just before we finish off, is there any final remarks you'd like to leave listeners with?
Thank you for having me, first of all. And
course.
it was definitely fun. And final remarks? Honestly, I know I've been saying stuff about like, oh, don't be delusional and you should know when the limit is, but honestly, you should never give up. You really should. Like, you shouldn't, if you really want to do something, the best is the least you should be doing. You should be giving it your all. You should be happy with what you're doing. Especially if it's content creation, you have to learn how to deal with people because not everyone is going to be nice and kind to you. So you have to learn how to respond to that,
And have thick skin.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. Because one negative comment can weigh as much as 10 good comments.
Yeah.
But you have to learn that, if there was no harm done, you shouldn't take it to heart. As content creation grows, you're gonna have to deal with these things. But yeah, no, honestly, what I would love to say is just don't give up. Don't give up at whatever you do, but also know your limits and don't be selfish because sometimes you're affecting the people around you as well with your actions. So yeah, no, I think that's all. That's all I have to say.
Amazing.
And
Well,
thank you so much for coming.
Thank
Oh,
you for
thank
your
you for
time.
having me.
Would you like to give the listeners your handle? If they
Oh
want
yes,
to check out your page?
my TikTok is One Punch Try Hard. So One Punch and then Try Hard. There's actually a story behind that name, but I don't know if I should get into it. Yeah, follow me there and let me know that you've followed me from this podcast. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for being on. It's been a delight having you.
An absolute pleasure.
And hopefully we'll see you soon. For
Definitely.
now, this was Crying in Quartermile.